My name is Oshifes Larry. I'm a mechanic. Welcome to Exxon F1, also known as from Lawon, Colum, Africa.
Good day! Please, like I've always clamored, please. I know you love what you're doing. Subscribe to my channel. Love it. I beg, like be on my channel. You get the best news. I love you guys. Like, comment, share. Some of you come to my inbox, my DM to comment. Yeah, it's good, but sometimes also comment on this social media. It helps my growth. Like, share. Share, please. It's very important you share. I love you guys. Yeah, so FP3 qualifying, but we'll talk about the FP3 first because that is what they just finished. So let me quickly do that now. And doing that, please don't forget my own boy, Philip Janus, Ghana. I will always keep rooting for him. You can go to his Instagram and see what he is doing and how he is doing. At least, a Naija boy like us, if you see what he's doing and how he's doing and you don't like it, okay, you can come to my page and abuse me. But when you get there, you will see how he's doing, you will see what he's doing and how he's trying to project the image of our dear country, Nigeria. So please, let us go out, push him, see how we can help him to realize his dreams. Now to FP3, like I told you, the Mercedes have not really shown us their pace, and I still think they've not shown the pace. But the FP3 they just came out and they just started dishing out fine lines, and it's just like they had the pace before, but they didn't show it. But that was not enough. Williams, Alex Albon. I keep saying it since like 2 months ago that Williams in the hands of Alex Albon is something else. And also I said next year it might be like a 5-6 way battle in which Williams might be in the mix. If that Williams is performing at that level, I think next year they might be in for it because pace that Williams is showing is something else, and the aerodynamics department will be so happy if they're having such pace. So I think we'll be looking forward to what will happen next year. So next year we are looking at Red Bull, McLaren, Mercedes, Ferrari, Williams, Aston Martin, and also don't forget Alpine. With that investment, the heavy investment coming into Alpine, 7 good full way battles. Hell God. I know the funny thing, Alpha Tauri is getting a new name, Alpha Romeo is coming up. Aston are also looking into bigger developments. Is the grid going to be tighter? Is F1 going to be more interesting next year? I can't wait to see that. Now, during the FP3, we saw a lot of traffic, and the two Ferraris were really impeded. At the point, they were impeded by Magnussen and also Lance Stroll. And Lance Stroll is uniquely gifted with the gift of getting penalties sometimes and always impeding sometimes. It has been noted, but I think there's nothing much on it. But if the stewards have noted it and they are going to penalize him, I think it's just 2 or 3 grid place. Depends on where he finishes. But he impeded. And track limit will not really be an issue on this track. It would be that turn 16, 17, the last corner, that will be an issue during qualifying. But qualifying, with that Williams there, Williams will qualify in top 10. McLaren, Red Bull, Mercedes for qualifying. But for the podium on Sunday, McLaren, Red Bull, Mercedes. That's how the podium will be on Sunday. So what happened? The usual suspect, Max Verstappen, knocking good times in the early 1 minute 17. That's 1 minute 17 seconds 8 tenths. With Alex Albon 7,000 tenths behind him, and Perez a tenth behind him. While George Russell in the Mercedes is having about 4 tenths behind him, and Piastri 5 tenths. Bottas is really performing here. Another 5 tenths behind him. Yuki Tsunoda, the Alpha Tauri 5 tenths. Lando Norris 5 tenths, and Daniel Ricciardo 6 tenths, and Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton that's 6 tenths behind him. From P1 to P10 in FP3 looks like 6 tenths, which means it's not that far. The Mercedes will still scamper for time. They'll find some time certainly before the qualifying, and we'll see their true pace. But 100% is going to be an interesting race tomorrow because this race is looking like all the teams are getting closer and bunched up. Completing the grid in FP3, we have Logan Sargent 11th, Zhou Guan Yu 12th, and Logan Sargent is like 8 tenths behind his teammate. That is still far for him. That's still far. He needs to find time and he needs to work hard. Charles Leclerc 13th. The 2 Ferraris, the bottom half of the table. Charles Leclerc 13th, Lance Stroll 14th, Carlos Sainz 15th, Nico Hülkenberg 16th, Fernando Alonso 17th. Since they brought their upgrade, Fernando Alonso has not been like Fernando Alonso we saw in the beginning of the season. If there's anything wrong, Fernando Alonso, you can share with me, please. pace. But I know he will come through that. Pierre Gasly 18th, Kevin Magnussen 19th, and Esteban Ocon 20th. So the Alpine looks off the pace, but I think they will get turned back on pace. This is why I love F1, and it's so sad when the F1 themselves, the owners, put it to themselves as onus to destroy the beautiful sport of F1. You know, I was listening to Max Verstappen about what happened last week in US, and he said they had to raise the ride height of the car. Then a lot of questions keep popping in my mind. Why did they raise the ride height of their car? This is the first time in the season Red Bull are saying they are raising the ride height of their car. Why? Well, qualifying. See, this qualifying is one of the best qualifyings of the season. I've said it some time ago that the field is bunching together, they are closing up, and if you watch my FP1, FP2 video, see when I talked about who I think will set up to get the pole, when I talked about Ferrari possibly getting pole, and how Ferrari will set up possibly to get the pole, and they get the pole, they won't win the race, they won't even be on podium. If you've not watched that video, go and watch it. FP1, FP2 Mexican Grand Prix. Now to the Q1. The Q1 is not so dirty, not really interesting, but immediately after Q1, these are the main drivers under investigation: Max Verstappen, George Russell, Lewis Hamilton, Logan Sargent, Yuki Tsunoda, Lando Norris, Zhou Guanyu. They are all under investigation. Now what happened? It was quite a traffic built session in which after setting their times, some drivers made some mistakes, some didn't really get the right time set, some have overused their tires. Now, setting the time, Lando Norris didn't set quite a beautiful time. By the time he was setting another time, it was too late for him, so Lando Norris was out in Q1. He was number 20, he was out in Q1. But while coming out of the garage in the last stint of Q1, drivers like Max Verstappen impeded other drivers. He slowed down so much that he packed all other drivers in the pit. George Russell did the same thing. Now remember, in Singapore, Max Verstappen did that and it was overlooked by the stewards. But now when they moved to Japan, they now said, oh, they overlooked it, that they will do something about it. And so we are looking at what they will do now against Max Verstappen and George Russell, because they've set a precedent that they will have to do because it was an oversight. They were meant to penalize him. Now let's see what they will do about that. Now Lewis Hamilton himself, he did not slow down under yellow flag. What happened that caused the yellow flag? Alonso spun round in turn 3, turn 4, and the yellow flag was on for about 30 seconds. That, will I say, destroy, impeded, or affected the driver's setting time around that time. That was why we had Ocon, Magnussen, Stroll, Sargent, and Norris out in Q1. And also, Logan Sargent and Tsunoda will be investigated for overtaking under yellow flags. Now, Russell is having another investigation. Himself, Norris, that is out in Q1, and Zhou Guanyu, they didn't follow the race director's instruction on the delta they are meant to be in Q1. Now in Q2, Lewis Hamilton surprised everybody and he went Balloonzia. P1 in Q2. Where did Mercedes get that pace from? I don't understand. Mercedes that they were off pace all through the weekend. Where did they get the pace from? As in Blauja. They're just out there. But funny enough, these drivers still carry over their pause, that impeding from Q1 into Q2. Those drivers will still be investigated. There are lots of investigation to go on. See, overnight, I'm telling you, it is by tomorrow morning that we will know the real grid standing. The grid standing now is still shaking. We don't know it yet, I'm telling you. But this is how it will go. They will investigate all these drivers, and I'm sure that all the teams will be looking out that any driver they did investigate or kineko, it will be war. They will bring out sword, everything to fight. The season will be closing soon, and everybody is looking for how to get the point now. The Mercedes just came alive, like I was saying. The Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton came alive and set a 1 minute 17.511. Wow. And in that session, the top 10 were separated by just 8 tenths, in which Ricciardo was just flying all through the qualifying. From FP3, he just started flying. And out in Q2, we had Albon, Gasly, Hulkenberg, Alonso, and Tsunoda, which means Ricciardo made it to Q3 for the first time this season. Wow. And in Q3, we had the Alfa Romeo of Valtteri Bottas proving he's just there. He doesn't care. He's there. Not that he wants to be there. He's there. He's not backing down. He never wanted to back down. He's just there to prove himself that, hey, guys, I'm here. We are here. And that Q3, Zhou Guanyu made it to Q3. What happened in Q3? It was so funny. After setting their first time, on the first move of the Ferrari, they set purple sectors, great timing, and they went up to the chart with the two Ferraris temporarily locking down the first 2 rows and Charles Leclerc locking down the pole position temporarily. That is a provisional pole for the Ferrari and P2 for Ferrari. That would be a back-to-back pole position for Leclerc and for Ferrari. That's in US and here in Mexico. So, and Chief Max Verstappen, that has been shining all through the weekend, came in third. So they went in again for their normal change up and came out. And Verstappen refused to improve. Perez improved. Unfortunately, Mercedes improved, but they were so close, but not that close. And the timing separation between the top six was just 3/10 of a second. I told you it's going to be close. With Charles Leclerc pole position, Carlos Sainz P2, Max Verstappen P3, Daniel Ricciardo P4. Wait, Alpha Tauri, where did they get that speed? Daniel Ricciardo is proving. He got a lot of stuff from his teammate Tsunoda because of Tsunoda will be behind the grid. But wait, who gave him tow this time? Nobody. So which means that tow was not working for him. They're just doing some experiments during the race. So Sergio Perez, the hometown boy, P5, Lewis Hamilton P6, Oscar Piastri P7, George Russell P8. He was like 3/10 away from his teammate Lewis Hamilton. Bottas P9 and Zhou Guanyu P10. Now, like I said, that is just a provisional grid. By tomorrow, I'll be able to tell you the real grid. But whatever happens tomorrow, go and take it. The three teams on podium, the Red Bull, Mercedes, possibly a Ferrari will be on podium. I don't see McLaren on podium this time because they have no backup. They are out of shape. Maybe if there is any grid shaking up with penalties, then we might see what will happen. But temporarily, there's a Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull on podium tomorrow. I'll catch you after the race. I love you guys. I love you. Bye. Chee.
Gibor gives you power. Gibor gives you control. Gibor gives you benefits. Are you an individual or business that uses fuel or gas? Use Gibor to find the best prices across all retail outlets in your city. For users and businesses that buy volumes, Gibor gives you access to credit. Gibor also gives you the ability to track your costs and monitor expenses per car or fleet. Need to improve your costs, enjoy incentives, or track expense? Gibor is the answer. Enjoy 5% discount on your first 5 purchases when you get your next fuel voucher from Gibor. Log on to www.gibor.co to enjoy this. Retail outlets wanted nationwide.
I have a new friend in the house. We are in Nigeria here, West Africa. He provides internet for us. They provide the best internet around the mainland, and I know they are still moving to the highland and they are moving all around Nigeria. But for you to get internet on the mainland, contact Fibrad Telecom Limited. They get you sorted out ASAP. The best cable internet on the mainland, fiber, I think they get sorted out. We talk much about them because of some of our videos, but contact them, they get sorted out. Teams Gadget is for those of you that cannot easily go to the market to get your phones, your laptops, your accessories. Just place a call through. His phone number is there. It gets you the best. It's your short plug to get you the best phones, accessories, laptops, games, and other accessories for your computer gaming experience. Contact Teams Gadget and you get them for you.